held summer
Parks
stage
Foundation.
for so many years. It's one of my favorite locations. So welcome. I am Heather Lubov, Executive Director of City Parks Foundation, and we as an organization are honored and excited to be the fiscal sponsor of this really, really important initiative. And we thank all of our partners, the Mayor's Office, the Parks Department, NAC, the Nature Conservancy, and the Forest for All Coalition. In particular, I want to thank Tracy and Emily at the Helmsley Trust for kickstarting this effort and for trusting us to be responsible for this. We hope more funders come on board and take note of this. The Forest for All plan, the Urban Forest Plan, is a plan for all New Yorkers, and our role in this effort is to ensure that the plan reflects public input. So our role through Partnerships for Parks, which is a public-private partnership with New York City Parks, will be to collect that feedback from around New York City. We will also be able to make grants, again, thanks to the Helmsley Trust, for grassroots stewardship efforts throughout New York City through the New York City Green Fund, which we are also the fiscal sponsor. So keep an eye out if you're interested in the New York City Green Fund and grants that are funded through the Helmsley Trust and also Con Edison. But I urge anyone who's interested to please make your voice heard as part of public comment. Sorry. Okay, well, I'm done. So please make your voice heard as part of public comment. If you have questions about it, our staff is here in the, I'm not going to say the room, in the tent, I guess. And we look forward to hearing from everyone. Thank you.
Thank you again so much, Heather. And thank you to our funding partners at the Helmsley Charitable Trust. Next, we have Srimanti Kanakal, Senior Resiliency Planner for the New York City Environmental Justice Alliance.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Srimanti Kanekar. I'm the Senior Resiliency Planner at the New York City Environmental Justice Alliance, also known as NEJA. We are a citywide membership network that links grassroots organizations from low-income communities of color in their struggle for environmental justice. And we're also a proud member of the Forest for All NYC Coalition. So I'm really glad to be standing here with you all today to kick off this planning phase of New York City's first urban forest plan. As a major proponent of creative and multifaceted green infrastructure solutions to mitigate various climate hazards, especially in New York City's most environmentally burdened communities, NEJA was really glad to see the passage of Local Law 148 last year and was so excited to get started with this planning process. Investments to manage and expand the urban forest canopy are crucial to providing more equitable access to the urban forest benefits from shade to cooling, mental health, and this is particularly true in the most heat-vulnerable frontline communities. To ensure that we have an effective urban forest plan, that an effective urban forest plan is both drafted and implemented, we need to make sure that there's adequate funding dedicated to the Parks Department to actually carry out and implement the plan. We need to, without an appropriate and dependable budget allocated for urban forest and its expansion, maintenance and protection, the urban forest plan will be unable to meet its goals. And as Matthew mentioned, community engagement is a critical component of the urban forest plan. While it's important to hear the critical feedback that the community has, it's also really imperative to make sure that the feedback is meaningfully incorporated in the planning process. And so it's time to do everything that we can to make sure that we address inequitable gaps related to the urban forest. Communities without sufficient parks and green spaces need increased public investment and greater access to the benefits of the urban forest. And now is the moment for New York City's leaders to advance these investments, to protect, maintain, and most importantly, grow the urban forest with a focus on environmental justice communities. We look forward to working with all our partners here to make that happen. Thank you.